Jay, it's the knowledge that he has. And then you have a brother that a king that says, I'm willing to share this knowledge, and you're asking if that's worth it. That's the gap. That's the wealth gap right there, is you know something that I don't know. So if I know that, I can apply it. Now, once I get it, then it's up to you. It's up to you to apply it, but I got to get it first. So yeah, it's worth it to me, because just what he shared with us in the short time that we've been together, and over the course that we've been doing, watching his videos, we took our business to the next level. We've been making some good money. I left my corporate job. I was making 6 figures a year in my corporate job. I left that because that was a limitation. I want to make that in a month what I was making in a year, and so when I looked at changing the question, I didn't say if it was worth it. I said, how can it be worth it? Why is it worth it? And I started looking at the 21 nephews I got. I started looking at my son and my daughters. I started looking at my wife, my family, my brothers, and saying, yeah, they're worth it. They need me. So now I'm like, how can I do it? So how can I do it is finding the guy, plugging in, finding the guy that has the knowledge and applying that knowledge. That's how I'm going to do it.
So Tim, tell them
jmrepartners.com.
Yeah, jmrepartners.com. Tim, tell them, and Tim, tell them from this morning, just our breakfast this morning, hour and a half breakfast. Give them some points you got out of it, some actual takeaways. So we met for an hour and a half of breakfast, and while I ate pancakes with crispy edges and cheese grits, they asked me a nice amount of questions. So what you guys actually get out of any of that information that would deem valuable?
Before I got on the plane to come to Philadelphia, I was struggling with how to dominate my market. All right, so I didn't know. Everybody does real estate. Everybody does this and that. I didn't know how to differentiate myself from everyone else. And sitting with Jay within the first 5 minutes, he honed into it and gave us the answer: how to create a platform.
5 minutes.
In 5 minutes, how to create a platform that's going to dominate my market. How to create a platform that nobody else is talking about. And should I give them the platform?
Yeah, go ahead. Wow.
Man,
they can't duplicate it.
They can't duplicate it because it was given to us. I mean, this is our calling piece, and that's how I know. I believe in God. I know that this was a signed appointment. What he told me and my son was, nobody's talking about a real issue in the community. Is college necessary? My son's 18 years old, and we had a family discussion of, should he go to college right now? Does it? And so we can dominate that conversation of real estate before college, building wealth before college. We can dominate that conversation in my market. Nobody else is talking about that. Nobody else is doing that. So you got to think about all the families that have teenagers, all the investors, all the money that's out there that can relate to that message, that platform. And me and my son is going to dominate that. So we're talking about creating a platform of a father-son team, 18-year-old real estate mogul, prodigy, the father that believes real estate before college, and dominate that market. And we're going to be reporting on it. We're going to document it. Jay told us how to document it. Jay told us how to record it, how to film it, how to give back to the community, to really dominate that. And the residual from that is going to be wealth creation, because the deals are going to come in. We're going to be a trusted authority. We're going to be a trusted brand in that area. My mind wasn't thinking about that. My mind was thinking more technical, what I got to do, X, Y, Z. But he took us to a macro level, that 45,000 foot level, and said, no, you guys need to be here. You guys can dominate that here. You guys can set yourself apart here. He got my son motivated, he got me motivated, and he also followed that off with me, how to do it. So, that was life-changing right there, because we're going to run that back to Minneapolis and run with it.
Nobody's going to touch you. What about you, Tim Jr., TJ? What'd you get out of anything from this morning?
See, before I came, I was just another graduate, just lost, like not knowing who I am, not knowing what's right, not knowing what's the right path. But I heard real estate and I was like, oh, this could work. But when I came and after breakfast, it's like he brought it out of me who I am. So if someone asks me now who I am, I'm an 18-year-old coming out of high school, realtor investor, who is a prodigy, who can do it. And before that, I was lost. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if college was right for me. I was just gonna go. And I feel like I took in a lot in, and it's like he just dug it out of me. And now I know who I am. So It's
How can you use that to your advantage? What do we talk about? How can you use that, you being a real estate prodigy, to your advantage?
I mean, well, not a lot of people is doing it, so.
At your age, especially.
Exactly. So I'm just that makes me different right there. That's what sets me ahead, and that's what I can give back to my community. No one else is doing this, so that's what sets me ahead, and that's what I got out the breakfast.
Well, you know, I went to college and came out $60,000 in debt. When I first came out of college, they wasn't paying me $60,000, so I'm automatically set behind. And then in college, they didn't give me the skill set to understand how to make that money, how to come out of that debt. And so with Tim, you know, it's like I said it before, is that his friends are going to go and get $40,000, $60,000 in debt, or set their parents back $40,000, $60,000 in debt, put second liens on the houses and different things like that. And I'm all for that. If that's what your passion is, that's what you're driven to do it. College gives a lot of education if that's what you want to do. But the blueprint is not set in stone. You know, the blueprint for success is very eclectic. You can do a lot of different paths and different things. And if he went to college, it would just be to impress. It would just be to follow what everyone else is doing, the status quo. And I think he's special. I think we're special. I think you can do more with your life, but you got to think outside the box. And that's what he's doing. And later on in life, if he wants to go back to go to college, he can do that. But he can pay cash for it. He's not going to be set in debt. It's not going to set back his generation.
Or he can refinance a property.
Right.
He can refinance one of his properties, use that refinance or home equity line money to pay for his college, and then he's paying that college over a 30-year mortgage while his asset is appreciating, and he's writing the interest off.
Right.
That's great.
So another thing, TJ, how can you use you being a real estate prodigy among your peers to your advantage, to your investing career? How do we talk about that? What do we talk about that? You remember?
I'm a leader, so I'm just an example. I'm really just an example on my youth. They don't see this, or where I'm from, they don't see this. This is not answers. They're used to street gangs and drug dealing. They want to see the money. So my success is just an example on how they could do it, and then I give back. Not staying humble and giving back is the most important part, because I didn't have the answers, and now I'm happy that I got the answers. So the next kid is going to be just as happy as me, and it changed my whole life around. So I'm just an example and a leader on how I can just turn this whole community around, and that's amazing. One person can help many lives.
Absolutely.
So that's big.
And then you can have them all be referral sources to your organization, and give them jobs. You can be an employer.
Right.
At the same
Show them
time,
how to make money.
show them how to make money. As you're making money, you can give them $100 to put up bandit signs for you, or to go market, promote in the mall, hang your flyers out in the mall for your next seminar. Give them $20, $30, and now you'll be an 18-year-old employer of many, and all that will again add to the allure of your brand. So, is it worth it? Hell no, it ain't worth it. Don't do it. Any other questions? P-Scope? Cool. But now you guys definitely got it down pat. I think it'll be, I got some other ideas too, of just ways we can formalize this conversation and really put it out from a PR standpoint. And that's something we'll talk about in our coaching call, depending on what you want to invest into it all. But I see some great PR angles of people that we can reach. I think the book thing is something you guys certainly should look into. That would really, I'm telling you, book says expert, like nothing else in America, or in the world really. I'm telling you, you guys doing the joint book, starting that conversation, it ain't gotta be a big 50. Again, it could be a little ebook even. But you guys doing the book on that conversation, real estate after high school, or real estate before college, I'm telling you, it could be huge. You might end up being a motivational speaker over an investor. Or do a book. I'm telling you, that's a great conversation piece. And think about how many students come out of high school every year that are in college now facing debt. And every year after that, it's a never ending conversation. Real estate before college. It's a never ending conversation. The choice that all parents gotta make. What I'm gonna do with my child? They need a career, they need to make money. We got this debt, we got student loans, tuition, etc. Here's the benefits to it. Here's the pros and the cons. If you want to be a scientist or biologist, by all means, go to college. If you don't know what you want to do, why would you just go spend your money aimlessly? That wouldn't be smart in a grocery store. If you don't know what you want to eat, you don't know what cereal you want, why would you just go buy Frosted Flakes? I know I want Frosted Flakes. That's all I eat. Well, I'm not going to go randomly buy Fruit Loops just because everybody buying Fruit Loops. If you don't know what career you want to choose, don't go to college then. Identify a path and career you want. It may be plumbing. It may not be real estate. It may be cosmetology. Get a specialized knowledge. Education's education. Education doesn't mean college. That's only education out there. So the great part about real estate and that education is you don't get real estate education in high school. You don't get real estate education primarily in college. You get a specialized course. So by understanding real estate and understanding that we all have to live somewhere anyway, you dominate the most common product in the world. Real estate is the most common product in the world. Agriculture, farming, land, water, all those things are real estate. Oil, minerals, corn, cotton, salt, for real estate. Real estate is the most common, it's the most dominant product in the world. The more you know about real estate, the more dominant you can be. You're dominating the most dominant conversation, the most dominant product we have. It's very simple. It's not rocket science, folks.